Alright y'all, Doom is back and is bringing the medieval mayhem with it. But can Doom the Dark Ages actually outslay Doom Eternal? Today I'm breaking it down, category by category. The combat, the weapons, the story, the sound, and giving each a score. Stick around to see which Doom earns the title of the GOAT. Doom Eternal is fast, relentless, and overall just unforgiving. You're wall dashing, glory killing, flamethrower armor farming. It's like being thrown into a blender and loving it. The name of the game is Don't Stay Still. Staying still just means one thing: death. In Doom Dark Ages, the tempo is way slower. It's heavier, more grounded. The shield slam alone looks like it could end a demon's bloodline. This is less twitch reflex and more raw power. And I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it so much, especially in the beginning when I started playing Doom Dark Ages. But after I could compare the two, the slower pace and actually being a muscle-bound, shield-throwing, weapon gauntlet beating, demon killing monster, I gotta say, it's quite enjoyable. Eternal still holds the crown for sheer combat intensity. Doom Eternal, 9 out of 10. Doom Dark Ages, I got it at 8.3 out of 10. Doom Eternal gave us some beautiful weapons: the Ballista, the Crucible, and the legendary Super Shotgun. And what made this thing so cool is the meat hook, basically a double barrel grappling hook from hell. I mean, it was just awesome. Doom Eternal's alternate fire mode for each weapon felt so unique, useful, and necessary in each situation. Ah man, talk about a beautiful arsenal. Doom Dark Ages switches it up and gives the weapons a more medieval pull to it. Now, while Doom the Dark Ages may not bring as many unique weapons as Doom Eternal, it definitely maximizes on the brutality. The shield is the star in Doom the Dark Ages, operating almost like the Leviathan axe does in God of War. It's not just for defense. This isn't a Captain America vibe. Nah. This changes the complete flow of combat. You can throw your shield to stun enemies or lock them in place. Or you can use your shield bash, disrupt your enemies, and then follow up with a melee attack. Doom Eternal, perfect weapon variety, depth, and integration. We're gonna have to give that a 10 out of 10. Doom the Dark Ages, solid, but shield focus limits arsenal variety and the roll balance. We're gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Alright y'all, so let's talk some lore. Doom Eternal went cosmic. Heaven, hell, Urdak, the makers. It was an epic scale mythology that dove deep into Doomguy's god tier status. But Dark Ages pulls back to before the legend. This is a prequel. Think dark fantasy, gothic castles, and ancient demonic wars. Less sci-fi, more sword and sorcery. And honestly, that shift in tone might be exactly what Doom needs. And for storytelling, I gotta say, the boss in Doom Dark Ages, he was cool. He was menacing. You knew that he was always up to no good. And on the top of that, at the end of this game, you engage in a boss fight that is just brutal. I mean, you want to talk about timing and, making sure that you are doing everything correct. If there is one spot in the game that challenges you like no other, it is that point, and I am so happy that I got to experience that. I'm talking God of War fighting the Valkyries kind of difficulty, but in a Doom Slayer game. Oh yeah, bring it on. I think that's definitely a thing that is missing in video games, is giving us a villain that we actually have to try hard to beat in the end. In Doom Eternal, we were really given lore drops, but in the end, there's still a lot of things that we had to piece together, and Doom Dark Ages helps fill those gaps just fine. For score, we have Doom Eternal, 8 out of 10, and Doom Dark Ages, a good old 9 out of 10. Oh, now we're going down to the sound and the visuals. Doom Eternal had Mick Gordon's iconic metal soundtrack,
pure adrenaline in audio form, and every track felt like you were dropkicking a demon through a wall. I mean, honestly, I have used some of his songs just to get in the best lifting session in the gym, and yes, I hit a PR. The audio in Doom the Dark Ages doesn't exactly command the same presence as Doom Eternal. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it was ever meant to. Blaring techno music in a medieval world just wouldn't really sit the same. In this game, the responsibility comes down somewhat to the players. It will allow you to tweak not only the sound effects of the Slayer, but also the soundtrack as well. You gotta pick your battles. But at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, I did tweak these settings, and I can say no, it doesn't quite hit the same in terms of music. But what Doom Dark Ages will do is it will incorporate those moments where, yes, we will get that dark metal feel. Think dark metal dragon. What one red eye. Now that is metal. And so again, it may not have the music, but it will definitely bring about the
Doom Eternal, nearly perfect. It loses a point only because you had one main go-to track rather than multiple favorites. And Doom Dark Ages is good, but it lacks the same immersive punch and memorability of Doom Eternal's soundtrack. I appreciated Doom the Dark Ages music, but I appreciated it more on the main title screen, which says a lot. So what's the verdict? Doom Eternal is the masterclass. It's fast, polished, and iconic. But Doom the Dark Ages is carving out its own identity, slower, darker, and more brutal. It's not trying to outpace Doom Eternal, it's trying to outpunish it. And that might be exactly what the franchise needs. Based on what we've seen so far, here's the final score.
Overall, I give Doom Eternal a 90%. Doom the Dark Ages, I give it 81. Doom the Dark Ages does some really solid work. Even though it carves out its own story, Doom Eternal, unmatched combat, and just legendary in status.
Put a like, a comment, subscribe. Let me know what Doom you enjoyed more. All right, guys, till next time. Peace.